Delicious. Welcome to Dave Wilson Nursery's Genetic Dwarf Stock Block. These are all peach and nectarine varieties that are genetically dwarfed. They'll all stay down below 5 or 6 feet. These trees have been in the ground here for over 20 years, so you can see that they do maintain a nice low size. Of course, we pick these for budwood every year, but the blooms on these are just spectacular. One of the things that we've been doing the last couple of days is walking our stock blocks and looking at bloom times. Trying to get more information on when varieties bloom and compatibilities for cross-pollination. And I just can't pass this block up. Every time I drive by in the spring, you can't help but look at these beautiful little trees. This particular variety in front of me here is Honey Babe Peach. It's a Zager introduction. It ripens up in mid-July. It's a beautiful, good-sized yellow freestone peach. And the fruit quality is good. The flavor is very nice. It's one of my favorites. Has this nice semi-double pink bloom on it that lasts for several weeks in the spring. We're going to walk this block this morning and take a look at a few other varieties and describe the fruit and the bloom characters and just enjoy the beautiful color on these plants. This variety to my left is an old-fashioned one called El Dorado. El Dorado was actually one of the first genetic dwarf peaches that was hybridized. It actually came from Jackson and Perkins Rose Company and was developed probably back in the, I would say, late 1930s or maybe early 1940s. Has been on the market for many years. It's a fine quality fruit. It's a big yellow freestone with a red blush that ripens up in mid-June. This variety is Bonanza. Bonanza peach has always been one of my favorites, especially in areas where you get early heat. Bonanza doesn't ripen up well in coastal environments. It likes a good warm May and a good warm early June. It ripens up probably before the middle of June in most areas. It's really in Phoenix, Arizona and the lower deserts of California, Palm Springs. This is one of the most popular peach varieties you'll find, and it's absolutely delicious under desert conditions where it gets an early heat. It's an old variety too. It was developed by Armstrong Nurseries many, many years ago. It's a yellow freestone, like I said, mid-June ripening. As long as it gets the early heat, the flavor's intense and delicious. This variety is Nectar Babe Miniature Nectarine. It's another Zager introduction. In fact, it's a sister plant to the Honey Babe Peach. It was developed at the same time out of the same program. It's kind of a stingy producer on its own. It doesn't produce a heavy crop if it doesn't have a cross-pollinator. We normally recommend that this is companion planted with Honey Babe Peach. Beautiful semi-double flower. It's a little bit later blooming than most others, so the flowers are just really starting to pop right now. It's a nice red-skinned, yellow-fleshed, mid-season freestone nectarine. Ripens up early to mid-July. We all love this variety when it comes into production, and what a beautiful little plant. This variety is Nectar-Z Miniature Nectarine. It's another Zager introduction. It's a beautiful freestone, red-skinned, yellow-fleshed nectarine. Ripens up from about mid-June into early July. It actually holds pretty well on the tree. Sometimes you'll get a full month's worth of fruit off of this, unless you get a heat spike, in which case they might all ripen up at one time and drop. But under normal conditions, I can usually hold these for a month on my tree. And this variety is completely self-fertile, beautiful pink blooms, and just a real nice variety to have in that late June, early July season. Well, here's a variety that I have a love-hate relationship with. This is Garden Beauty. Garden Beauty is a spectacular double red flower, and it blooms just like a big powder puff. I mean, it's just absolutely tremendous when it blooms. Unfortunately, the fruit quality on Garden Beauty is pretty marginal. In fact, it's almost a variety that you wouldn't want to grow for fruit at all. Nobody likes it here at the nursery. It doesn't get very good sized. It doesn't have a significant flavor. In fact, it's pretty bland. But the bloom on this variety, the red color and the intensity of the bloom is just phenomenal. So we don't even propagate this variety every year. You know, we've gone 3 or 4 years now without even growing any. But if you just really want an ornamental peach and you don't want it to get too big and you're not really concerned with fruit quality, man, what a nice variety. Just spectacular. Well, the last variety we're going to look at in today's tour is Pixie Peach. This is a sister plant to the Nectar-Z Nectarine. It's a great mid-season variety. It's a really nice fruit quality. Again, a nice semi-double, beautiful bloom. This is a Zager hybrid. And we always enjoy this variety. It's a very, very good fruit quality. Thanks for taking a few minutes to tour the collection with me this morning. I just can't pass by this block without looking at it when they're in bloom. Now I can't wait for fruit season because I'm hungry.